right, we are live. We just got off a pre-game show, a pre-show on Facebook Live, trying to mix it up, offer something different, bring some people over from Facebook. So we're here. How'd you think it went?
Great. Every that's why we're doing it. But every time we have some things that we do better the next time, and something else that probably goes wrong a little bit, and we live and we learn, and we get better each time.
Absolutely. And we are here. First, I want to send some positive vibes over to JPB. They just found out today that his wife has stage 4 breast cancer. So nothing but support coming from us here. If you guys can throw some prayers, some positive vibes, whatever's in your wheelhouse. This is a community member that needs some love from us. So nothing but here for you, JPB. But this is Beard Advice Live. We are live every single Wednesday, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes we do some giveaways. Sometimes we don't. We do have a group exclusive giveaways. Rich Al loved the pre-show. One of the reasons why is because he's in our Facebook group. We do a group exclusive Facebook group giveaway, a group exclusive Facebook giveaway every month. And this month was a big one, and Rich Al won it. It's over. You got to enter in the Facebook group. But what did Rich Al win before the show?
From our sponsor this month, Artius. I always do that. Reverse myself. Beard care for a year, which sounds amazing. For I didn't say a month, a year.
A year.
So they're going to be in touch with Rich, and we'll probably. He'll be like, well, I have a big beard. I'm going to need double of everything, and more power to him. He's going to, some kind of collection. I don't know. I think that would be so cool.
Absolutely. Jesus, reach out to me individually, man. The recommendations like that are so individualized based on preferences for your scent, for your feel. It's impossible just to name 2 unless you actually mean Bear's oils. And I don't know any Bear's oils, but I am working on a video on bear oil. So that fun fact there.
So if someone was here for the first time, what do we do on Beard Advice Live?
Well, first and foremost, guys, send in pictures to the email that is pinned up as the top comment, known as beardadvicelive@gmail.com. They send us pictures of different views of their beard, and then they type some information about their goals, what problems they're coming up to, and we tell them, hey, maybe trim here, maybe style here, do this. What do you think about this? Oh, I don't think so. Oh, I think so. The chat thinks so. They don't think so. And then they usually give us updates down the road. So that's the kind of basis of this show, is giving that beard advice. But we also have some traditions that go back over 2 years now.
Yes, they do. Before we were Beard Advice Live, we had these traditions. The first one being we drink Mountain Dew while we do this show.
Code Red.
And it's a Code Red. It's
Code Red.
Can you remember the last one?
I know it was like near the end of the school year.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
Yes. I know it was like, I think the last week of school, actually, because we were like, oh, this is a Code Red kind of night.
Yes, and we needed it. And then we also eat beef jerky. And tonight we're doing a little bit of new and a little bit of old.
Yeah.
The old being one of our favorites, the Cajun.
The Cajun. You
like that?
Yep.
Takes a while.
It's fancy.
You got to commit to it.
Yeah,
Cajun.
some of you got to learn how to pronounce things properly and stuff. Years of training. And then the new, this actually was picked up at the grocery store. Anybody can really grab this, I think. It's at our local Meijer. I know Meier's only Midwest, but that's just our grocery store. And this is Landjager. Is that how you're going to say that?
Yeah.
Landjager. And it's smoked sriracha, Swiss-style sausage sticks, which is a handcrafted family recipe. And full disclosure, I have had one of these packs to myself already yesterday, not today, don't worry. And I just learned how to properly open it, actually. You just open it like this, and they are just these large sticks. Oh, losing them here. These large sticks of sausage. So
first impression, perhaps the single most unappealing
right
physical presence of the jerky. Just right off the cuff there.
They are definitely not worried about window appeal on these ones.
Frank asks, he has some Louisiana jerkies ready to send it.
Ooh.
So message Dan or myself.
Yep, either one will work. It's the same spot
right there on the screen where you can get us on Instagram or Facebook or
email. My email's in the description as well. So that we would love that. I know we have some jerky on the way from somebody else too. We love trying new jerky, different jerky, local jerky. bring it over here. Last week we had a Michael Cribbs, aka Beard Swag. So good. So good. And we will get into the show, of course, but important question. Favorite hot sauce? I've liked a lot of hot sauce. I'm going to give you two answers. My favorite hot sauce would be the Last Dab 2X from the Heatonist, aka the Hot Ones show. And then my normal one, it's going to be basic. Some people are going to get mad at this, but my most used hot sauce of all time would be Frank's Red Hot. I really enjoy Frank's Red Hot. I hate Tabasco, but I do enjoy Frank's Red Hot. All right. What about you, Mayor?
Green Tabasco.
Oh,
I know. It's almost like the pickle hot sauce.
No.
Call
that a burnt hot
when
sauce.
My wife was pregnant, and I would do that on some whatever. Even if I just opened the bottle across the house, she would like be a little upset about it.
Really? Because of the smell?
Yeah, it was one of her triggers.
Okay. Interesting. So we're going to get into it. Another thing that is unique tonight, we're going to have some slides on it, but this will always be in the description, and it will also be in the chat. Boom, is we have some giveaways. We have 3 different Artius Man giveaways that will actually, we don't have a slide introducing them. So, Mayor, what are we giving away tonight 3 different times from Artius Man?
Well, it's going to be your choice of either Restoration, which is an oudish scent profile, or their other scent is Mountain Air, and that is more woodsy, crisp kind of scent. So either one of those.
Hey, Doug.
And you're going to get that if you win in an oil, the wash and conditioner. All of those things for the win.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. In that set, 3 of you are going to win that tonight. It's not going to cost you anything. All you need to do is sign up with that Gleam with your name and your email, and you do need to be here to win. And another thing, it's scrolling down at the bottom. I'm going to take it away in a second here. If you are not able to comment, you're typing stuff, but it's not showing up, it's probably because you're not subscribed to the channel. This is a subscriber-only stream. So subscribe so you can win the giveaway and then claim it. On Monday, I had 3 different re-rolls where people won it, and I had 2 within 30 minutes.
I remember I was watching.
Crazy. I have a feeling maybe not all of them, but maybe some of them were not subscribed, so they were not able to comment. So please make sure you are subscribed here. And as Doug Sloan said, not us, Doug said it, please hit that like button. These videos do stay up. They are a permanent thing. There's a whole entire playlist, which is pretty cool. There's an entire playlist that you can run through these videos if you would like. When you hit that thumb up, oh my goodness gracious.
We're good. You're good.
Whew, when you hit that thumbs up, it really does help out what we are doing here.
That'll help you.
Yes. All right. Don't dig into that yet.
Okay. You got something for me.
I want you to try this first because I don't want you getting like the great stuff and then being like, oh, it's not quite as good. When I tried this, I was dying from hunger and we were traveling across the state picking up stuff for a bathroom renovation. So I loved it, but I don't know if it was just because of a state of survival or what it will be. Again, if you guys are just coming in, this is what we are dabbling into for the first time on this show. And I'm excited. It's a unique texture. It's a unique flavor and taste. But Big Duke, yeah, right. But I do, as I remember, really enjoy it.
It's excellent.
Yes.
I was a little concerned because I don't know if I'm a sriracha guy. I don't know if I'm not either.
Okay.
Just for the flavor, not for the heat, but I love it. It's really good. Good heat too.
So good.
So good. So guys, we always ask if you're out there, if you have a way to share what we're doing here tonight, a beard guy, maybe somebody that you're trying to, maybe you think he'd be a great No Shave November candidate. This is when you need to be starting.
Let him
working with them. Yeah.
Let him preview.
Let him, hey, if you're not doing anything, jump on this. It's check out the mayor and Dan C and what they're talking about.
And how many people have no idea this community exists? Giving a share, bringing them into this could be the first time that they are in. Yeah, it would be the very first time that they would be in here. All right, David said, the only thing I don't like about Artius Man collaboration with Dan C is the balm package says it has grapeseed, so I had to give it away without ever touching it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, David. That's a tough one to be allergic to. That's pretty common.
I know they reworked some of it for you. Was that a different, or would that be in all their balms?
I don't know. I don't wear balm. I should know that answer, but I didn't. I kind of left the balm to them. I really reworked the butter. We added meadow foam seed oil, and then the oil, the balm I was kind of hands off on. Brett said, DCB, I managed to grow myself a beard about the same size as yours, but I have issues with the sides just wanting to fluff outwards, giving me wings. Any advice? Brent, man, send a picture into this show. beardadvicelive@gmail.com. This is the exact kind of question we like to help with. And I'm not just saying this for the show. It is so much easier to give you advice when I'm actually looking at your beard. General advice would be apply heat, right? My sides do the same thing until I use a heated brush daily. I comb towards my mustache, I comb back, I comb down. That makes a big difference for me. And then also adding a little bit more length, right? Once you have length, that gravity takes over. It really helps out.
Did you hit that? Did you have a drink of Code Red yet?
So good.
Isn't I haven't tried. I was waiting.
The heat to Code Red combo does not get better.
It's like a real thing.
Yeah.
You know how there should be a beef jerky Mountain Dew collab somewhere. You guys out there, Pepsi Cola, anybody looking, watching, let us know. Oh,
yes.
I know mine's got what'd you think of my my sunset background? Were you?
It's a nice gradient.
I don't know why. It's random. We're talking about the slideshow, guys.
So Kinsman is here, had a migraine all day, so he's not on his phone. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you, both of the McKay members. Okay. All right. I had no idea. Great. Hey, awesome, Russell. That's so cool. All right, what we got here? Mayor, what's your go-to beard butter? Detroit Grooming is definitely my go-to one. Do you have one that is?
I'm thinking.
All right, while you're thinking here, Marcel, yes, I've been meaning to contact you. I've had several of them. It's just I've had so many people reaching out. I have not had a chance to go back on the list. That is my bad completely. But Marcel, yes, I'm 100% back open with consultations. It's been busier than ever. So please get a hold of me. We'll schedule one. It might not be for about 2 weeks because we are going camping for 8 days, but we'll make it happen. So yes, I would love to have that consultation meeting with you.
Leland from Detroit Grooming is my penultimate butter, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Detroit Groom, they invented it.
It's a scent that's not available in oil.
Yeah. Corey, any advice on getting in touch with a company that about a month old when they won't respond to your email? Get in touch with a company about a month older when they won't respond.
An order.
Oh, order. Yeah, I'm assuming. Oh, order. Golly.
That's why I'm here.
Guys, I'm a wreck tonight. Corey, if it's a company that I recommend that I support, reach out to me. It's not great. It's not how it should be, but oftentimes they'll open up my message when they won't open up other ones. Unfortunately, this does happen. I've recently parted ways with several different affiliates because of this exact reason. They were not getting orders out, which I understand things happen, but I do think it's inexcusable to take somebody's money and then not respond to them, whether it's Instagram, whether it's email. So there have been specifically a couple companies that I really love, great owners, great products, but their customer service has just completely fallen off. And I no longer, after tons of patience, after tons of working with them, tons of second, third, fourth chances, I have split ways because I cannot, with my heart, recommend a company that's going to be holding your money for weeks and weeks. I told the mayor, my example would be if Sam bought makeup and 4 weeks went on without them responding, without them shipping, I would be fuming. I personally would do, if it was a credit card, I'd do a credit card dispute. I would do a PayPal dispute. I would never want to do that to a company. But if 4 weeks have gone by and they won't respond to you, that's bad practice. So, Corey, if it's a company that I know, please reach out to me privately. I know you're being super respectful right now, and I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know we would never air out dirty laundry like that here. So reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help you out. But yes, unfortunately, that has happened. And like I said, I have, believe it or not, in the last month, in the last 4 to 5 weeks, I've let go of 6 different affiliates, unfortunately. But that's just how it works sometimes. And guys, we're going to get into the advice. These are just really good questions real quick here. Since this is the Artius Man sponsor of the month, this is the Artius Man giveaway stream. I think this is a fair question to pose to the mayor and then to pose to the chat. My answer is invigoration. That's it. But what are your 3 favorite scents from Artius Man? Everybody in the chat, drop your answer.
And mine's going to be invigoration. From
wow.
Yeah,
nice.
I just such a great, invigorating scent. Go figure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you have any other ones? Any other?
Well, 3 wood's good. That the rest, I really like the mountain air is really good. I tend to steer away from some oud scents. So, but Mountain Air is truly a nice, one of the things that's interesting about Artius, man, is that they don't use fragrance oil. They use essential oil only in their scenting. And, and then the natural, healthy kind of approach. And it gives them real bold scents, I think, sometimes. But they, it's a great thing they have going. But it's, and they have a castor oil base in their oil. They know what they're doing.
Yep. And Nick, I have used their body wash. I recommend anything minty. I love I think it's the tea tree. So good. Have you ever used their body wash?
Never.
No?
This is hot. It's so good.
The stick?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So good, though. Okay. Getting that down. There is a perfect amount of heat to it. Perfect amount of heat. Absolutely love it. Okay. You guys, you got to stop giving these great questions here. I've only tried invigoration. Oh, wait, that's not the one I was looking at, but that's still a good question.
That's good.
Winter chill smell a lot like, so not for me, Kip. I see winter chill as a straight up like spearmint scent. Just spearmint. Invigoration has neroli. It's got different citruses in there. It's got different earthy notes. If you really dive in, it's super complex.
And then they're going to have 2 different carrier blends as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Sean, I would be more than happy to let you know those affiliates in private. That's not, again, something that I have nothing against these companies at all. I just don't like to air that out publicly. But if you reach out to me, I'd be happy to let you know. I saw somebody, I must have jumped up a bit here, but somebody said the best way to get a fuller beard, and I don't know if it just got deleted or what, but the best way to get a fuller beard, man, I would say there's so many ways we could go with that answer, but one of the best ways is a blowout beard. Essentially styling your beard away from your face, not down into a point. Get that beard out, get some volume to it. Most guys make the mistake of combing down and in. Let's start getting some different angles, different directions going. That, without seeing your beard, without getting more specifics, that's usually one way to make your beard look fuller.
And then that's a styling tip. The growing tip that we talk about a lot on this show is using those transparency trims and letting
the neck,
letting the hairs that don't grow in an even way, catch up with, if they grow slower, catch up with the guys that do, and kind of keeping that full look as you go.
For sure. And of course, genetics help. But to be honest here, that's if I were to give that's a lazy answer, because there are many factors that go beyond just genetics. Somebody can genetically grow out a beard and it can look really thin and wispy. With a few small changes, it can look much more full. The perfect example would be my entire video titled Addition by Subtraction. Those beards look fuller. They look thicker because they did something to their genetics. They did an appropriate trim, just like the mayor was talking about there. So there are absolutely things that you can do for sure. All right. Dan, what's the best way to see your list of current affiliate discount codes? Great question. Let me actually pull this up here. If you go to my YouTube channel, and this will hopefully help anybody that wants to go to it at any time. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Dan C. Bearded, all you need to do here is click the community tab. And on the community tab, I have different polls. I have different things that I post. You scroll down here a little bit. I wonder if I can delete this one. Let me delete that because I think I did a big giveaway on Instagram, sent out. It's right here. So go to YouTube. It's always on Facebook and it's always on Instagram, but it is always on YouTube because I know some of you don't have Facebook. I know some of you don't have Instagram. So the easiest way, again, is my channel, and then not videos, not playlist, but go to community right here and scroll down and you'll see that current updated one here. And let me make sure on this one, this is the most up-to-date. This is the most current one. If anybody wants to dive in, it's like, who did he drop? What's going on here? That is exactly where it is. So good.
And then on the Facebook group, it's under announcements. You have to click on announcements. Facebook group Commands Corner. If you're not in here and you haven't joined it, but you're on Facebook, give us a shot. It's not for everybody, but you got a beard. If you're watching this, I got a feeling that you might just like it. I got a feeling. I tap my head when I got a feeling. Feel things in here.
All right, final question, and then we're getting into the advice. And anybody in the chat, please answer this as well. What is your favorite beard compliment to receive? I'll go first while you think about this one. And that would be just simply, and I'm going to be honest here, I love the compliment. That is the greatest beard I've ever seen. I know that's up there, but I do get that compliment from time to time. I've had it a couple times in the last week. I was actually out with the mayor and a news anchor locally to us.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was going to say.
Brought his sister over, and they're both older. I would say in their 60s. He's being nice. In their 60s, 60s, 70s, we'll say. And he was like, my sister thinks you have the best beard of all time. Can she take a picture with you? That was so cool. It was so cool. So for me, that is the best one. Oh, that's a good one. Jimbo says you should go in a competition. That's a nice one.
When people, I've had this twice ever, so it's not a lot, but it meant a lot to me. They for my length, they say, how do you get it to look like that? Which I think means it's not, it's a shorter beard. They're used to different style, but I think it's the straight, a couple of things. It's a lot of things. It's regularly used, conditioning, washing regularly, and using all those things. But how do you get it to look like that? Which I assume is a good thing.
Right.
They wouldn't ask if they want
to. How'd you mess it up so bad? What'd you do there? No, and there's so many good ones. I like the ones when they know you're purposeful and they say something like, wow, I can tell that you take care of your beard. I love how you trim your beard. Do you use that like product stuff? Things like that are really nice too. Epic mustache. Nice beard. That's a good beard. Or even do not discount. I wish I could grow a beard like that one. That one's a good one. Do not discount the beard knot.
Yeah, I feel like I was going to say something like that. But the simplest is also kind of like the best in a way when you have that guy and you're like, there's a smile and a nod.
Yeah. And I do not do competitions. I judge them. I love judging them, but I would not take part in them unless I felt like I could win the worlds, and I cannot. There are so many beers that just trounce mine right now, and that's just kind of how my mindset works. All right, let's get into some advice, and then we will kind of work your guys' questions into the night. If it seems like it's a good time to ask something, please drop the questions there. But we have a lot of people that are here, tuned in, ready to get their advice. And we encourage you to add in the chat your thoughts on the advice. Just be respectful, right? It takes a lot of guts to send in pictures for hundreds of people to see, to stay up on the internet. It's not an easy thing to do where some people are like, no, I don't know if I should or shouldn't. I think if they watch this show, it'll give them that reassurance to know that they should do this. Hey, Eric, I think you should probably watch my video from today. I don't think I've heard from you, but I think you would enjoy my video that I posted.
Sometimes Eric, first of all, we all have our days where Dancy says, why haven't you watched your video? Or he sets you up and asks you, but there's a reason today, and it's pretty cool.
There is. So Eric, I would encourage you to watch that, my friend. If I missed your comment, I don't think I did, but if I missed your comment, I apologize. All right, here we go. But guys, after the stream tonight, please go watch that video. I think it's going to be one of my more underrated videos. It's short, it's sweet, but I really enjoyed it. I've watched it like 3 times today.
Oh, he's on the hamster wheel.
This video, Joe would have been very happy to let you play in the background. And Joe, shame on you for missing it too. I don't forget those things. I'm kidding.
But for those who don't know, Eric helps with. He's a Beard Octane guy.
Employee, yeah.
And I always assume that he just walks on a giant Eric-sized hamster wheel, spinning some kind of butter churn. I don't know. All right, this is Gully. Gully says, looking for any advice for styling so my boss leaves me alone. Now, this was when I put this in here, I thought, basically, I am going to advise this to the most like PC. I'm gonna just what's vanilla beard style, I guess.
Okay, and real quick sidebar. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Bill. I kind of, I don't know, whatever the word would be. I agree. I love today's video. Second one, the bearded greeter's name is Michael Taylor. We had a package delivered to our house today for Michael Taylor with a completely different address in a completely different neighborhood. The numbers weren't even similar. It was over in Gemstone across the street. So I got the boys on the golf cart. We drove it over to the guy's house. He was mowing his lawn. I said, hey, I got this package delivered to you. He's like, oh, thank you. So if you ever get somebody else's mail, please go be kind and go bring it to them. Don't be that jerk that opens it or leaves it outside or whatever it is. I had to go track down a package once that we had a feeling got delivered in our neighborhood because there's a similar street. They had just left it outside. They figured out it wasn't theirs and they left it out by the road.
Wow.
was like, that is so rude. Go deliver their packages. But I thought that was funny. It was his same one.
I figure you're getting extra mail because they're just send it to the Beard House.
Right.
You got to be the Beard House by now.
Right.
We get a couple each day. Stop roll each day.
Okay. So make his boss happy. He wants it acceptable at his work. All right.
And instinct is, you're there.
Right.
When you look at his picture. But so I thought we just kind of approach this as what are the things that usually stand out, what doesn't. If you're concerned about what you're doing at work or whatever.
Okay.
Now, if he's in food service, it's a different story.
Right.
It's good, but I still don't think I don't even think it's long enough. I don't know if you even have to wear a beard. Maybe. I don't know. But gosh, if that's not okay with the boss.
Okay. So he said, my beard is actually much longer.
Okay. All right.
So maybe it's as simple as go back to this.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to know, like, if it's much longer, what do they notice first? The length. It's length.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, I hate to say that, but to lose length, because I don't think you should. But anybody in the chat, do you guys work somewhere where, like, what we're seeing here? I know he said it's longer, but if he trimmed back to this, would you, think that would be unacceptable?
Yeah, and in my unfiltered first thoughts here, right? I can't imagine any boss thinking that, but my unfiltered, for one, I love it, but if he thought this was unacceptable, I'm just kind of taken back because you have a neck tat, which I think is awesome. I think that's super cool. It looks great, especially with the beard and bald head. But I would assume if they had a problem with the beard, they would have a problem with the neck tat first. That's just my thought. Because if we were teaching, they would have more issue with the tattoo than the beard itself.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's just my thought. If you can go back to this, dude, it's killer. Especially that side beard, just looking. You almost. I bet when
model,
he's
like model.
Yeah, straight up. If it was a bigger beard, I could see you having that Kratos God of War type beard. But I would just say either one, if you can get away with not worrying about what your boss thinks. Some people don't have that possibility.
It's easier said than done.
But if it's just comments, if it's just nagging, maybe you just tune it out and get over it. 2, if you can come back to this and he's okay with this length, I think that is a great beard. Yeah, I just can't see anybody having a problem with that one.
I like what you said because, with your boss, we got to a point where you had a real took the time to stop and say, here's what it means to me. Here's where it is. Here's why I do it. It's not, I love teaching. I'm invested. I'm a dedicated teacher, but this is such a part of who I am that, it's kind of not going anywhere basically. But having those conversations, I think are, honest before the next time they make a comment and it makes you mad, do it beforehand and have a real about it. And, keep it, whatever they say, keep that in mind as the future goes.
That was a huge change in my workplace. My boss would make little comments, not in a bad way. We have a very good relationship. So it wasn't anything that was like slanderous or bad. It was just kind of friends making comments and about the beard. Hey, I miss your face. Where's that face that I know? Stuff like that. Very nothing bad at all. But I did sit it out one time and it was just came up naturally and just want to be like, hey, let me tell you what this beard means to me. And my wife, Sam C, was actually with me. And so she was like supporting me, kind of nodding her head the whole time. Like, yeah, this is true. Yeah, this is true. And so that made a big difference for me. So I didn't actually have to change the beard. I just changed the perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks great, man. You have a fantastic beard. Great style. Great style. Here's my boss. Okay. And so that is a tough one.
It is. It's a change.
So let me give you a comparison there. When people say my girlfriend hates my beard or my wife hates my beard, my question always is, did they meet you shaven? Did they meet you with it? Because if they met you with a beard, shame on them. There's no way they can get upset with that. They still should accept you no matter what. But I can see a boss, a girlfriend, when there's change, they kind of want to go back to that where it was at. So that makes sense there. I can see that. It seems like the situation where they're just making comments, where they're just making, just little nagging type things. Yeah, have a conversation.
Stop. I mean,
that's
first
great
of all,
advice,
you want to let them know. Obviously, it's something that's kind of bothering you a little bit. You have to stop and have that conversation a little bit, and maybe they don't think you even mind or do or whatever. Like I I remember talking about when I first grew a beard, one of the things that was difficult was with all the people in my life thinking I was trying to change who I was because something was wrong. And out of concern, they kind of changed that into the beard. They're really talking about you and your mental health.
Yeah.
You know, so just keep that in mind too. And maybe as a boss, he's concerned about his employee. Like, are you going to stick around, or you know, that kind of thing.
And we've seen throughout society and history things like that happen. So I think that's why that's engraved. Like, oh, Britney Spears shaved her head. She went crazy. Why? What's wrong with you if you do that? You see guys that will. Jim Carrey's a good example. He kind of took an interesting turn in his life, and at the same time, he grew his beard out. So I think sometimes there's association that happens with those things.
I got a deep.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Post 10 p.m. quote. So, you know, we on this show, one of our biggest things we work on is counteracting, avoiding, canceling out that perception that growing a beard is you're letting yourself go. For me, as a perfect example, I let myself grow into like a bigger person, a better version of myself.
All right, let me dial it in. Here.
I like what you. I feel like I didn't quite box it up.
Nope. But I got you here. When you grow a beard, it's not letting yourself go. It's letting yourself grow.
Yeah. Don't let it. You're not letting go. You're letting it grow.
Ooh, I like it. That's yes.
But it's also true. For me, I looked in the mirror way more. Looking in the mirror and realizing, oh my God, you know, you can't treat yourself to a Big Mac meal every time you take your kids to McDonald's, or you're, you know, like just self-awareness. And then that cycles into health and the drinking of water. I mean it. Like it has astoundingly improved my life because I committed to it, and I kind of just wanted to ride it,
and teaches you patience, teaches you commitment, teaches you hygiene, gets you looking at labels and all these different things. And my doctor said that it was tied to my depression, and it wasn't. I could see that 100%. Same kind of thing. They feel like you're letting go. Something happened in there. Molly said she buzzed her head and Kinsman supported her. Molly did. I bet you got some Britney comments. That seems to be like the most popular.
She couldn't use an umbrella for years. Do you remember that when she had her head shaved? She was out in front of the cab with her umbrella.
No, I missed that one. Like just a viral video.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So Gully, great top. I mean, awesome entry. Pretty easy advice, but segued into a really, really good topic here. And he says, I'm in sales, wear a collar so the neck to my neck so the tattoo is semi-covered, and I wear tags around my neck so it can help cover up a little bit. Okay. All right. Interesting. Wow. In sale. Hey
man, I'm buying what you're selling.
Yeah. Gully, let me go with if you search on YouTube Dancy Bearded Beard Sales, there'll be a video that explains the science. There's actual science behind salesmen doing better with beards. Present that video to your boss and see what they got to say. I'm serious. There's a video and there's actual peer-reviewed scientific studies that give real evidence that sales are better when you have a beard. Check that one out, Gully. Message me if you can't find it. I got you. All right.
This is Dana. It says, this is an update. Took your advice and did a trim. Beard is a bit shorter, but much more dense. Also decided to trim the stash. Handlebar was too much work, and it didn't feel like I didn't like the feel of wax on the lip. It did look sweet, but it was just too much. And that's true. Dana recognized that was a little bit more time than he had in the morning or whatever it was. And you don't need to put me on next week's show. Thanks again for all the good advice. Well, we did need to put you on next week's show.
It was a shorter show.
Yep. Well, last week to this week, let's see where we're at.
Let's see. Boom, baby. So, and I think I was very honest on this on the first place. I know a lot of people love the handlebar mustache. I was not one of them. I think it looks great. It looks purposeful. I think this is a better overall look. And it's probably subconsciously because I know the work that goes into maintaining that mustache. I know the work that goes into having to do the wax every day, the feel of the wax. This is just so much more my style. But let's look at the beard here.
Yes.
Right? See the wave that we addressed right here? So much better. The texture, the cleanness. I think we recommended a little trim down at the bottom there. Looks so good, man. You did a fantastic job. All around, fantastic job.
And Dana, if you're here, read those comments, man, because it's true. I didn't have to put you on the show, but this is what we're talking about. This is what we're doing, guys.
Addition by subtraction.
So
right there.
Well done. Well, wait, love it. I think it's just a dialed in great look.
Awesome. Boom!
Oh, there we go.
All right, Mayor, hit him.
All right. So we are going to, if you haven't, there's a link. If you have it pinned, it looks like it's pinned up at the top. If you haven't joined the giveaway, you got like 10 seconds before we we pull the name. What you're going to win is an oil and then a wash and conditioner sent to you of your choice, but from between Restoration and Oud Bay scent and Mountain Air, which is a more woodsy scent from Artius, man. And thank you, Artius, man, so much for sponsoring these giveaways for our Facebook group Commands Corner and then also here on Beard Advice Live.
Absolutely. And Artius, man, is going to reach out to you, correct?
Yep.
With the email. All I will say is, guys, please be patient with this. It may take a day. It may take 2 days. It may take 2 days. It may take 7 days. If it gets to be more than a week and a half, 2 weeks, please reach out to one of us and we can kind of give the little nudge reminder. But these companies, especially after streams, sometimes they get a good amount of sales. Sometimes they get busy. And as it should be, giveaways are not that immediate first priority. It's people that spent money. It's fulfilling those orders. So just give them a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of space to let them kind of get that out. I know people get excited. I know they get pumped, but just a tiny, tiny bit of patience, okay? This is the side of YouTube I like to be on. Hey, man, thank you, Gully. I appreciate that. All right, all you had to do is sign up with that giveaway link, guys, and you're going to be entered into win here. And you do need to be present. You do need to be live. And all you have to do is leave a comment claiming your victory, something along the lines of, hey, it's me. Woohoo, I won. And try to leave it as quickly as possible so we don't have to do a reroll. All right. I always say GG. He was actually in our pregame on Facebook Live, but I believe
Jordy Geller.
Okay. That would work. Hey, Daniel.
And no, I know that one. I remember. Do you remember the name of the giraffe for Toys R Us?
No,
it was Joffrey, but with a G.
Okay, I did know that.
With a G. So, Joffrey. I knew Joffrey with a J, and I don't know why that stuck in my head. Why do I forget so many important things and remember that?
Yeah. Hey, Michael Phelps, welcome on in. All right, is Jordy? Oh my goodness,
I know.
Is Jordy here? Because you got me on a tangent in my mind. I was thinking of Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Wonder how he spells it.
Best death scene. That was fun.
Oh,
I mean, there was a lot of people.
He died? If you haven't seen it by now, that's your fault.
I haven't finished that series yet.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
It's an all in or not show. It's like you can't just casually go back in and check that out. All right. Congratulations. He is here. Once we see the winner, everybody, please throw a congrats in the chat. You don't have to do anything. Just be patient. They'll reach out. Like we said, if it's a good 7-10 days.
I think by next week's show, if you haven't heard anything, hit me up on Instagram at Mayor's Beard Journey.
Yep. And we'll let them know here.
Yeah. And we do too.
And if they contact you, I shared this document with them and you, so you can send it.
They're a big company.
Yes.
That's the thing that we all have to keep in mind is that they've got a lot going down.
They're one of the biggest. All right. As I get this back up, I did pin a new banner down at the bottom. Mary, do you want to hit them? Because there's people probably watching for the first time and they're on the fence and they might take the leap tonight. How do they get on next week's show?
Well, first of all, we wouldn't have this show without you guys.
Yes.
So I open with that because as much as it might be, if it pushes you over the edge to making that decision to send in, I appreciate it. beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Just submit a little paragraph explaining your kind of questions, any trouble spots you're having. Anything like that will help us answer your questions, any info that we think we might need. And then a couple pictures. We've been slimming it down to like 1 picture slide per person. So technically, the best that I usually get is specifically face front and a side, one of the sides. Pick your best side if you want.
Unless it's relative, right? If you're talking about the neckline or something.
Beard,
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep, absolutely.
And yeah, just send those in. Send them to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. We usually start weekend or early next week, kind of start processing, and we'll always try to send you a message if you're going to be on.
Yes. And there's something that I don't see enough of, and I wish we got more. I know sometimes it's just not possible, but we would love to see some more goal pictures. There's going to be one later, and we'll gladly extend into a second slide.
Sure.
Having your picture lined up against your goal, that helps so much to give us give us food to be able to give you advice on.
Yeah. from how do you get from there?
Yeah,
From here
exactly.
to there. Yep.
Yep. All right.
This is Russ.
Huge supporter of the
Absolutely.
entire beard community. And I do have to say, I had the absolute honor of meeting Russ in person.
All right. And Russ said, suggestion on upcoming trim, and I simply want to see how long I can grow overall. I'll be starting the casserole peppermint oil application in hopes of helping my weak stash. Okay.
So this is, I'm going to cut you just real quick.
Sure.
Super important because he wants suggestions on a trim, but he wants to see how long he can grow overall. So for me, that is a massive goal and mindset to keep in mind, because the way I give advice on trims would be much different if his goal was to make his beard look
as good as possible right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like a subcategory.
Yeah. Yep. So very specific.
Love that.
Really love that, Russ. Same here. All right.
So included on this is and it's been a long time, as you can tell by his beard. That was his last trim. And I think the reason he provided those is that's what they did to him last time. I don't know if he's going back to the same person.
Okay.
But what does that conversation look like with that beard barber?
Yeah.
Or that to clean up but not lose any of his progression towards his goal?
Right. So I'll kind of open with this. I think your old trim looks fantastic for you. I know that's not where you're at. I know that's not what you like or where you're going. But I do see where the barber's probably coming from. They were probably like, I know this better. I'm going to make this look real clean, real nice. And I do think it looks really nice. Now, fast forward over here, your beard has grown. It's got great color. It's really nice and full and dense. But he wants to know how to grow it out as long as possible. So the easy answer is exactly like my man Gabe put in there, is let it grow, right? We can find out by just simply letting it grow. The question would be, though, do the chat feel that there could be some kind of trim right now along the way that would help the journey while getting to the goal? And my answer is yes. I do think that there is a trim. There's a couple of lines you could make to make it look better right now while still going for that end goal of length. What I would do personally is I would leave these sides alone completely. Do not touch over here. I want to see these grow. Oftentimes, I'll recommend cutting along the ear. If you're going for as big as possible, leave this side profile alone entirely. That needs to grow, because what's going to happen, and Russ says that's the question. I'm glad that we got it, and I think that's important. If you let this grow, that's going to start to go down and fill in. What I would trim is just a little trim along here. Your chin from this side view looks like it may be a little bit shorter than the ends here, and it doesn't look as much on the front view, but you can't see on the side. So Russ, all I would do is right here. Yeah, Dan B says the side bottom parts. I agree. Right here, a little diagonal line, and probably the same on the other side. And that's really all I would do. You have a black shirt with a gray-white beard. There's not a lot of transparency.
To justify going to somebody to do
I agree. So I would just do that one. For me, I would use clippers. The mayor would use scissors. I know he can see his mind working. He's like, it's just an easy scissor cut. And he's right. It would be pretty easy there. So right here would be, that's my advice.
Okay, I completely agree. Let's see, what would I think? I do think steady as she goes in the mustache, it is filling in. Your coloration on your beard with the gray, you've got more dark hairs here and gray here. And I think just be aware of that when you're brushing, and maybe try using a boar's hair to bring it out, bring it down, and just get that volume. I don't know if it's blowout level, but here's my mayor's magic tip. Go to that haircut, and your beard will look twice as big.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, I just think it will really make it pop. I just got a haircut this week.
Hey.
I was feeling like,
look at Molly says, I think the shorter hairstyle.
I did not read her saying that.
With the big beard would be a great look after a maintenance trim. So that's taking what you said, what I said, putting it together in the best answer.
She's on it.
Yep, she's on it.
It's true.
It is true. It is true. And there's a reason behind that with a video coming up soon. Thank you, Jimbo. So I actually filmed it today. So that video will be coming out in the near future. But I think everybody kind of agrees right now. Shorter hairstyle and with that little bit of a maintenance trim. little bit of a maintenance trim. Yeah.
Somebody asked for the scissors. Sorry.
Oh, the sound effect.
Plus,
sound
it was
effect.
perfect time.
Thought you were like flexing on me. Like, yeah, I said scissors.
You know when I'm flexing.
So yes, I said I'm way past haircut time. I DM the mayor that I'm a mess. Hey, that's what this show's about. Though we don't need you getting all pretty before the show and doing that. Even though I kind of like the flip, it looks cool, but it's not the best friend of a beard. And I know we're about the beards here. All about the beards. Beards. So yes. Little trim on the side there. Hopefully you can see that line, Russ. Do the haircut that everybody's been talking about. Leave this side alone, though. You're going to have urge. A barber's going to have an urge to go, let me clean up along your ears. No. Not if you're growing out long right now. You can see over here, we need some more balance on that side of the beard if you're getting bigger.
And we've said this before, I'll say it again. When in doubt, bring your phone and show them what we just said. Show them this 3-minute video. And
if they can't wait,
what we're talking about.
If they can't wait 2 minutes, 3 minutes to get an explanation.
Every time I've ever brought it up with a stylist or barber, they think it's amazingly cool that we do this. That this awesome. Show exists.
Yeah. So you just went to the barber.
Yeah.
Did you talk about beard? I know we talked about a company, but outside of that, did you talk about beards? Did you talk about Beard Advice Live? Did she comment on your beard? What was the conversation like? Because I have never been.
I don't think
2-1.
I mentioned my familiarity with a company. But it was kind of weird because it was a day to get the boys to practice. They'd be here at 10:15. It's like 9:30, and we had somebody coming over to our house to work that I just want to get them out of the way and get them out of the house. So it was early, so I just drove by this place. I've never been there. I just popped in, walked in. It was really great feel, and they had I walked in. They had all these beard products. We didn't talk about the beard much.
Okay.
It was the first time, and I got a little anxious. One of my oldest son, unfortunately, is like me. I was looking for him because it was like practice was at 10:15, and as the clock, it was like I started at 9:41, and it's 15 minutes away, and it was like, do I do? Am I gonna get in trouble? But we made it, so I was nervous about that. But it was a first time. I usually talk about the teaching job the first time, unless they bring it up. They don't, and they usually don't. But I'm going to be going back.
Good.
I mean,
then let's dive in.
Yeah.
We want this show out there, you guys. Spread the word. Send the playlist. Ken.
All right. This is Ken. Thanks for the advice and encouragement. I greatly appreciate it. Took your advice and took a little off it to better shape it and also removed a lot of split ends. Beard's been through heck the past 2 years, working 125-degree heat all day and having to pull it tight in rubber bands. The life of the head chef. Laugh out loud. No more chef work, so I can get my beard a break and attention.
Okay.
Here's the before pic, the before and after pic. The after pic is on the top, and the hairs you see on the last 2 fingers is actually shadow of the beard.
Okay. All right. Here we go, Ken. Let's see what we got. All right. That's what I thought here. Awesome. So I remember this before, right? And he was just kind of like, hey, what do I need to do here? I've had this job. And we recommended a little transparency trim right down here. And looks like he absolutely nailed it, right? This before to now, I love this word. I use it all the time, but I think it's very, very true. Take care, Mick. Thanks for coming in. I think it's very true. It looks so much more purposeful now. It looks straighter. It looks fuller. The scragglies, the loose ends, the transparencies are all gone. This looks like somebody that would say, hey, this dude cares about his goatee. This dude cares about, all right, take care, Richard. This guy cares about his facial hair. So for me, I think that is a very, very purposeful and awesome improvement in a week.
Yeah. This is, I think both of our updates today were self trims, which is a big deal to us. I really, given the choice, I'd love for all of us to be able to do this on our own.
Agreed.
Because that's the long term. Like you're going to keep a beard for a long time if you can do it yourself.
It can be done. It's not hard.
You make mistakes, but just make. That's why I use scissors, because I make little mistakes,
Barbers make mistakes too. Gotta keep that in mind.
Sure, that's true. And they don't even have the information that you do about what you want it to look like and where you want it to go.
All right, Molly thinks possibly another ½ inch off when we're looking down here. What do you think?
Well, it wouldn't be it would be a style choice. It wouldn't be a transparency thing, but just I think
proportionate to
flat
the
line. Yeah, it might be powerful.
Yeah, I think that could be a really good call for style, as you said, with the narrowness of the beard or the width of the beard, I guess would be the proper term. So yeah, possibly either way. Hey, BBBs or BBOs in here. Either way. So, I mean, just look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Such a nice improvement. So thank you for sending in. Awesome job. That's what, once again, what we're all about here.
All right, this is Michael C. Just thought I would dive in for some advice on if you think I need to fix some things. Wanted to be completely transparent with a white t-shirt. So knew what he was doing.
Bum. Can we get some comments in the chat? Who is Michael C? Who do we have coming up right now? Bum. Do you know who this is?
I'm not sure what you're going for. No, I haven't connected.
Okay,
I'm sure I will connect.
Yeah. It'll click big time.
I didn't
It'll click.
Time.
As we see, I'm hoping the chat's picking up what I'm putting down right now. Who is Michael C? Oh, Ryan Cheesehead. He is celebrating the Bucks win. Giannis, them boys, they got it done. Congratulations to all those Wisconsin boys out there. But yes, this is Michael C, aka Cribs, Michael Cribs, Beard Swag, Beard Family. Right. The barbecue bearding maniac over there. Woo! Michael Cribs.
Right, yeah. Okay.
And this that's him. That's him. This is the jerky we had last week.
Yeah.
The root beer.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Root beer habanero.
I just when I was like formatting this, I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
But he's got a good question.
Yeah. And super gutsy. Let me give a round of applause for Mr. Cribs here with a dark beard sending in a white t-shirt picture. That I'm not man enough for that. My beard looks so much worse than when I have a white t-shirt on or a t-shirt that is not a good color for me. If you guys notice, I'm very particular with my shirts. Cribs, are you in here, my man? I have not seen you comment yet. Throw a comment out there. Usually his beautiful wife, Nikki, is in here as well. But that took a lot of guts to throw that white t-shirt on there to get in front of several hundred people here. And so, okay, let's go back because we always want to be respectful of what the question, what the goal is specifically. If you guys are enjoying this chat right now, please hit a thumbs up on it. We have about 50 people who have likely not decided if they have a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What up, Jays? And we want to know if you like it, give that feedback. All right, he is here. Just thought I'd dive in for some advice, and if you think I need to fix some things.
And a guy, I just love that a guy with that great a beard would ask questions. And we got another one like that too or later. But yeah, just because I assume in most of your circles you are the beard guy, right?
Well,
so
he is.
I appreciate
for sure
you asking. So you want to
yeah.
Okay.
So Leo says side and front views look like different beards. Yes. Oh man, the white t-shirt. There's Nikki. Is so tough because it's going to bring out that transparency. And the side view
it helps for us to see, though.
Right. It definitely helps anybody. When I trim, if you guys watch my trim videos, I always have a light colored shirt on, whether it's a white shirt or if it's a really light gray. When you see the side here, it looks very full, looks absolutely epic because it is stacked up on itself, right? Think about how wide a beard is when you're looking at it face on. There's only a couple of layers there. When you're looking from the side, how much of that is stacked up? There's a lot of beard hair there. And let's take a look at the background. The background is a gray color that's going to work really, really well with his beard. So first and foremost, and this is not just a formality, truly meaning this, you could truly leave this alone and you are going to be the beard guy in almost every circle, right? Everybody's going to know the big bearded barbecue, Mr. Swag over there, going camping, loving family. You're going to be the beard guy. Now,
and I think he knows this.
And he knows this. And that's why he said with the shirt. Now, if we're looking at this, you definitely have that natural fork going on that I have as well once I get to a certain length. I have as well there. He's had a long beard for as long as I know him. He actually has been watching this channel from almost dang near the very beginning. Okay? What I am encouraging here and recommending is Swag, let's switch it up. Let's go big. Let's go healthy with it. Let's let it grow back. Let's do a pretty significant trim. I want to go right near the neck. What would that be called in your shirt?
The collar?
The collar? Is that, yeah, the collar. The collar of your shirt. I want to take off a good 2 to 3 inches with a trim. As Molly said, either way, it's going to be a great beard. But I think it's time to just blow it up. Let's get a different style going. Let's switch it up. This is life, man. We gotta switch things up as we go through here. And I'm gonna go just like I would here. Get a little bit of a rounded beard. Nothing too crazy. You don't want it too straight. But right about here. And then after you do that, consider the sides.
You might have to balance.
And the keyword there is might. This guy thinks. Another keyword is balance. It might look good. We won't know until you do that first line, but it may look a little bit too puffy and big over here. And then you're going to do a version of a scuba trim. We're going to cut some of this out here just to get a little bit of balance, but don't do that before you do that initial line. Okay. And you can see where that French fork, just do a squint. This is a somebody asked last week for a good example of a squint test.
Someone already said in the chat too earlier.
Yeah.
It's
do that because when you do the squint test, you guys, you see the foldness over here in a triangle. You see the foldness over here in a triangle, but then that natural French fork, it's just what happens to men. It happens to me. If I were to let my beard keep growing, this exact thing would happen to me. Exactly. So what do? I trim below my French fork. Just simply put, do the squint test on this one over here. You guys just literally squint your eyes a little bit and you'll see it's just natural. Again, I think people take stuff personally. I know Michael doesn't. He's so awesome in reaching out. But if you were to say, hey, you have this spot on your beard, people are like, oh, it hurts my. It's just natural. It's just how it grows, it grows. And some people don't agree. Jesse says, don't do it. Nope, don't do it. All right. And how you forbidden? Yeah, I know. I mentioned the scuba trim. I know. But that's my advice. Slimzilla said with about 3 inches off, the bottom of his beard will be so thick. And for me personally, I can only speak for me personally, I value a thick, dense beard. But that's just me. That's where I'm at.
You know, I was going one way with this, and after listening to you, I appealed to the bigger beard guy, and your experience speaks to it. So what I was going to suggest is a modified squint test.
Yeah.
I love the shape, and I didn't want to commit to having a reshape like we were talking about on the sides. I was going to say, do half of what the squint test says. Do half of that, like that, maybe 1.5 inches or something like that. Because if we were saying it's about 3 inches, and see how that fits and settles in. But then you brought up the French fork thing, and it's there's no point because you're just going to come. It's going to grow back more or less, maybe a little longer, but the same kind of transparency. So, one of the so I agree with you, Dan. I think that it's got to feel like a little bit of a gut punch, but for the health of the overall beard, the style, you're doing a transparency trim and bringing up to the body of the beard. It's not about that you can never have a long beard. It's about slow as it progresses slowly, and as they go, kind of clean up. 3 months later, clean up again. Just knock out the transparency. Every time you do that, it's going to be the body of the beard is going to be bigger.
Truly.
So
truly,
I know that's tough, but otherwise, fantastic beard. I don't have much to say.
Yeah, and hey. While we're at it, and I think he may have before, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you may have done this in the past before. While we're at it, what about a bald and bearded? What about razoring that boy down? What about using all those head shavers we see all the videos about? Yeah, and exactly. Even like Doug said, even with 2-3 inches off, it's still a super full beard. And I'll give you a little peek into my brain. When I do a trim, I usually take about 2 inches off. If you don't believe me, just go see my videos. I do that about every time. After I get done, I feel terrible. I feel like awesome swag. I feel like I have a baby beard. Literally after my last trim, it was like a gut check. I'm like, oh my gosh, I lost all my respect. I don't have I have this baby beard now. But to every single other person, they're like, dude, that's a huge beard. But just in my mind, there was change. There was something different. And Bald and Beardiful said, someone call me? All right. He said, yeah, I'm a little shaggy on top. Okay. And he's going to send in an update. Swag, I say go for it. About 3 inches off. Get that little roundedness. Whoop, whoop, right here. And hey, maybe bick it up and let's go bald and bearded. That would be one of the coolest update photos. And I need this exact photo right here. Same size, same spot and everything, Michael, because I don't want people being like, oh, there's different lighting and it's a different location. I want the same spot, same picture, so we can do that update one next to it.
And don't think, if you want to send us an update next week, let's say you just do the bottom trim and you're not sure how to move forward after that. Maybe, if you ever get stuck with one of our recommendations or just messing around, someday we're going to get somebody who is willing to show their like half beard and that we're going to like rescue and try and, do triage on. Yeah. If you get to that point and you're not sure how much to take off sides or how to do that, we can make it a couple updates. We can give more advice too as far as that goes. Yeah. Because, we don't often get a beard this big that we recommend. We just said a lot. Like that's a big ask. Really.
Right. Ask ASK.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Nikki says he has the most amazing head of hair that not all. Very true. If you want to go for the head of hair, absolutely rock it, especially if that's what your wife likes. STC says, I totally get that. I don't think I have a long beard, but everybody says I do. Dude, I'm right there with you. There's so many people like, man, you have a huge beard. You have the best beard I've ever seen and all stuff. And I'm like, you haven't seen these other beards that we've seen. But I think it's good to keep that perspective in mind, right? We're too hard on ourselves. We're our own worst critics.
True.
No doubt. Very, very cool, Michael. Mr. Cribbs, thank you so much for sending in. I can just envision that beard in this trim afterwards. I'm really excited to see the sides, if they do need to be adjusted or if they don't, because I can't pick it out yet. It's too tough for me to call.
Thank you, Mr. Swag.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is Tim.
Tim.
Been growing for a year and a half. I know people say rock what you got, but I feel it's too thin and patchy. Should I give up?
Okay. All right. Mayor, go ahead and hit him.
I really don't see thin or patchy.
No.
I see a great beard. I think you're probably, I guess maybe you're just kind of focusing in underneath the chin. This is, how many in the chat, guy? There are people literally that are very into beards that would love to have your beard. I don't know how else to say it like that.
Your coverage is great.
I feel, I think
we do have some advice.
I think it's similar in length to mine, maybe a little longer. I would like I think a low heat straightener would do good. And the reason I say low heat is because, well, first of all, I say heated brush almost every time, a lot. It's my thing. But a low heat, because I don't want to lose all the curl. Because if you're concerned about volume and your patchiness and thickness, if you make your beard hair completely straight, it's not going, you're going to create those problems you're fearing. As far as, so you use a low heat, get good style, and I think you might get, it just might fall into place more for, it just gives you more control over that shorter beard style like I have. The more you practice, the more you learn, the more you can do with it, and you'll be amazed. Even the mustache can respond pretty well with a little spritz of water and a heated brush. But I think even you're under the bottom lip patch is gonna. Continue. You can see the length in the hair is there. You have a lighter hair color, and probably too hard on yourself. That's the thing. But you have a great beard, and please don't give up. I don't even see a transparency trim. Truly, I think you just.
I don't think we know
styling technique. Yeah.
I don't think we know. So if you read the comments, Tim, I hope you do. I haven't seen Tim in the chat yet, but I hope you read the comments and everybody giving you advice. One of the most common answers is heat, right? The mayor brought it up, and almost every comment brought it up here. You don't have a thin beard. You don't have a patchy beard. But I would love to see a lot of control and style with the heat. I think that's going to change everything. At that point, then we'll know how to adjust the style. We'll know if you need to trim or not. I do think that there's going to be a transparency trim in there, because when you look at this, it looks like your beard is curling towards itself, right? You see this little curl wrapping in. And if we straighten that out, I think it's going to be a little bit more transparent down at the bottom. But I do think when you straighten it out, you're going to have a much thicker and fuller beard down here, because I think it's that wave that is causing some of your concerns, I guess. Definitely get some grooming, but I would love to have you report back after practicing what the mayor said. I agree, a low heated brush would be a great option. If you don't have that, absolutely start playing around with a blow dryer and a comb. That can do some great things as well. So no, don't give up, man.
And I'm jumping back in because intentionality is something I sometimes talk about. Making your beard look purposeful. 2 quick things. I think Doug was saying too. If you decided to create a flat, use some scissors here, bring that mustache even, and clean this up. That right there, you want to just in 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
For sure.
build your confidence in your own beard. Those are all 3 of those things are easy ways to kind of make it more purposeful, make it look like you're taking care of it and all that. They're all easy confidence builders.
For sure. So get a heated brush, get some heat on that beard, and then report back to us with some update pictures. Even if you want to wait to do any trimming and you just want to try with the styling first, right? Because you can always try styling. You can't always undo a trim, right? You actually can undo it without time.
Well, Tim's here now. He said he tried the heat brush and it made it look thinner.
Okay. But Tim, I think I had a video, or it's coming out soon. I just have so many that get crossed up in my mind. There are so many different techniques, so many different methods, so many different temperatures, so many different ways to leave heat on for too long or not long enough. I promise you, this is from all of my experience of years and years and years of seeing beards, helping beards, growing a beard. I promise you, there is a technique to use on a heated brush, whether it is keeping the temperature lower, like the mayor said, whether it's using less passes, whether it's going in different directions. I promise there's a technique that will make your beard look fuller, not thinner. I truly think, Tim, you have a perspective problem right now. I'm
asking a question. We'll come back to Tim. Is there when you say you feel like your beard is thin, because it came up in your email too?
Yep.
Where is it that? What's the place that you see yourself in the reflection? You say, right, that's a thin beard. Is it your length? Is it your sides? All right, I don't know if you remember what you were saying, but
no, okay. I got it, and it actually goes with that because Tim, I truly think it's a perspective issue. You don't have a thin beard at any part, in any place, so I think you're just being too hard on yourself. I think you're probably comparing yourself to other beards out there, which is and I've talked about myself doing it. It's such a toxic thing to do. You're never going to win that. There's always a better beard. You find, oh man, that one's better. Oh, there's this one. There will be a heated way to make that beard look fuller, more purposeful, and have a little bit more style to it. And I promise you, once you find that right thing, it'll click. And it will not look thinner. It will not look thinner.
And without a response, because I think what I was going to say is if you had said it's the sides, I'd say then don't apply no heat to those sides and focus on the front. It's a chin. Okay, it's at the chin line. It looks a bit okay. Lack of better way of putting it. Okay, so. All right,
so if he's saying
so he feels like it's, which would be more like a
chin strip. So he feels his beard is prominent along the chin line. Tim, I disagree. You see the side beard profile right here. You have a great line for your cheeks. There's a lot of guys where their cheek dips way down. You have a very prominent line right here. You're doing fine, man. There's nothing. You have a strong mustache. You have a soul patch. I do not in any way, and you guys know, especially even tonight, I have no problem telling you otherwise and giving advice. We've told people to go short. We've told people to go to a beard stash, a Van Dyke. I have no problem giving you those things. I think that it's just a perspective thing. I think it's just a little bit off.
Like my cheeks, it's like 2 years. Essentially it's just growth. Like it's just time. Later in the show today, we have somebody who is like a 3-month follow-up who is particularly focused on the thinness, and you can see the progress he's made, but he still isn't caught up to you. You know what I mean? It's all relative. Love that you sent in. I think we don't, if could you style it? Could you flatten it out, give yourself a flat line and take off of that area that you're, concerned about? Maybe. But again, we'll go back to that purposeful, intentional look.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a confidence builder.
We need to get some heat on it first before we can make any other adjustments to move there. And again, hopefully you're seeing these compliments, man. And we don't these don't just get thrown out. Like I said, we have no problem saying trim that down, right? Let's work with what you got, rock what you got.
Right.
No one's saying that.
Yeah.
No one's saying rock what you got right now. So, man, you have a great beard. Do not give up. That would be super sad. And hello, Jay Cruz, healthy bearded in the building.
Welcome,
So,
Jay Cruz.
Thank you for sending in, man. I know that's not easy. I know that's, especially if you feel down about your beard, this is probably a terrifying thing to do.
So thank you, because
yeah,
there's 5 guys that won't send in, and they're coming from the same perspective as you.
Yep.
So
right.
You stepped up, and we admire and appreciate that.
Yep. So, hey, reach out. I would encourage you to watch the mayor's morning routine. That'll give you kind of a good idea of some options to use with the heated brush.
Yep. And I was watching it the other day, and even in, what has it been, like 6 months since we made that, 7 months, my ability, skills, styling, and taste has changed.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, here we go.
All right, this is Jason B.
Jason.
Hey, Dan and Mayor. Been in this journey going on 11 months now, which surprised me, by the way. We'll get to
thought longer.
Yes, and looking for any advice. Most of the time, I have to wash my beard every day because of sweating. Some days, I'm able to get a rinse in after a shower. I put oil and wait 5 minutes before any heat is used for styling. And just looking for any other advice you may have. Thanks. And as well as we know, Jason, you look at it, when you see his beard, you're gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah,
because But I did have something I wanted to ask about and talk about too. So I thought let's talk.
Yep. And I know Jason well. Jason gets the award.
It's so good that, like, sometimes the beards are so good that we sometimes struggle to connect with any issues that they're like having. So
right. And Jason gets the award for biggest go big or go home orders. Anytime I do a live stream, he's crazy supportive of those companies and goes hard, just crazy big. We featured a company recently, and his first order with them was a $250 order. So he goes well. He enjoys his life, man. He's very supportive wife. If
you're new to the beer community, Jason and a few guys like Jason, they're like the fuel source. They're what kind of makes it
it's awesome,
nurturing and supportive and awesome as it is.
All right. Bam!
I know.
So obviously, fantastic genetics here, fantastic base, especially when you look at that side beard profile. Looks great. I do have one thing. I know you said you do too, so go ahead and if you have a question or you got your advice, thoughts here.
My question is going to be his line between his cheeks and his fullness. He has extremely like full, thick sides.
Yep.
From the front profile, would you recommend any kind of tapering in or bringing in, or because it's almost like he's got short hairs here and then the fullness from where he, the underbeard, strong, great growth. It's hardly noticeable. Like, I kind of had to dig Jason, just so you know. But I was wondering about that. Like, would you do anything with that, or what would you say?
I think Jason is still growing. I think his goal is to keep getting bigger
too.
So no, I would not. If he was like, you know what, I want to keep this length, I really like where I'm at right now, then I would say, yeah, maybe look at the proportions, right? The size stuff. But I believe he is still growing it out. Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, and then please address any part of the mayor's question there. But I would not. So Eric says, no, do not do a scuba. I'm with Eric on this one right now. No, unless he said, I would like to maintain, then we at least have to open the door for the mayor's thoughts and the mayor's questions there of maybe we look at that one. Maybe we look at that one. The only thing I have, Jason, and this is just something with me, is the wave along the jawline here. So this is, again, could be from many things. I would love to see you, and I know you continue to do this, I would love to see you absolutely start working on that just a little bit more. Bill says, does he use heat? So he says, most days after a shower, I put in oil, wait 5 minutes before any heat, and then styling. So yes, he does use heat on most days here. Okay, Jason says, I'm here. All right, so Jason, our biggest question I would say is, are you continuing to grow? Are you going bigger, which you clearly have the base for? There is no worries of transparency on this thing. And then, or is it that you're trying to maintain right now?
In the meantime, Molly's got a great comment, and I think I agree with her too. If he used a blow dryer and a round brush, he could get quite a bit more length. Don't straighten it all the way though. So,
right.
So
such a
if you applied it, like if you're at the low setting, put on medium or high, a little more time, and you could get, instant length on the beard if that's what you're going for. But the thickness on the beard, is also
so I don't know,
like rare, like a amazing level.
Yeah, okay. He said I'm going for 2 more years. So yeah, do not touch the sides. Let them go. I don't know about this one. If he were to do that, I think because when you look at the tip, look at the point of this beard here. And if we were to get that round brush, I don't think it would be possible because I think it would thin out too much. I think he would lose that beard. I mean, when you look at my beard down at the bottom here is literally this thick. Like, that's not an exaggeration. That's where my beard is at here, is that thick. If he were to try to thin that out more, I think we're going to get too thin. I think that underline there and everything is really good. He does have a kind of thicker, not exactly curly texture, but you know what I mean? There's a little bit of density there. Again, Jason, my biggest thing would be I would use the round brush, but I would use it on this portion of the beard right here. It's kind of consistent along the jawline, and just try different techniques, different angles, and that's not going to do anything to the density or length.
And what a great example of a not really styled mustache, but a thick, great, like, I wouldn't go either direction with that mustache. I love it. You've got it dialed in.
Right. Yeah. Because oftentimes with a huge beard like this, you think of like a big burly mustache. And I think what we were trying to say is
it's not too small.
It's not too small.
Right.
It's not thinned out where we see guys with big beards and we're like, oh, please grow the mustache out. Right. That's always the comment we make. You can tell he trims it. You can tell he maintains it. But I don't think it takes away from the beard at all. It's really, really nice what he has here. I love the fade on the side beard. Really nice. Really well done. Again, Jason, thanks for all the support. Thanks for all you do. Again, just personally, because you asked, I would just look at that line along the beard there. That could be. And Molly said to clarify, do not use the round brush on the ends, just in the mid shaft of the hair. Okay. So, going through there, and that could work. Do it in layers, like we talked about in a recent video. Yeah, I'm trying to picture it. And this is another one. Jason is, I'm trying to think here. It doesn't hurt to try. It's just a styling thing.
And that's, I don't know. Would you use heat on the what you were talking about?
Yes.
So it might be, you and Molly might be talking about the exact same thing.
Comboing it. Yeah.
One of the things, that's a great tip though. One of the things that we beard guys, or at least I never thought of or considered, was the idea of the entire hair and not always having to do what you did to the middle, to the bottom, or the top.
Yeah.
And you can target strike issues with that heated brush when you get good at it.
And that's exactly what I do. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. So Jimbo, there's a whole lot of ways. Could he just blow dry up on there? He could. He's going to want to try different techniques with the comb, with the round brush. But yeah, simply doing a version of a blowout beard to get rid of that jaw thing, it could work. There could be challenges with the thickness of that beard, but I have a feeling he could. He uses the best products. He's got a great routine down, so he's going to be able to get through that. So that is awesome. I talk to Jason every single day, which is really cool. All right. Bam, baby! Giveaway time. There is a pinned link to this giveaway. If anybody has not had a chance to enter, please do right now. I will also be extra kind and put a link in the chat. All you gotta do is put your name, email. It's free. This costs you absolutely nothing. It's just a thank you to you guys. Artius Man offers these. We don't even give them any ideas of giveaways. They just say, hey, how about we do these? And this is a giveaway in the choice of the scent of Restoration or Mountain Air. And you get the oil, beard wash, and beard conditioner all sent to your house for free. You don't have to do anything other than be here live to claim it.
And while Dan's choosing that, Artius Man is technically the sponsor of our Facebook group, Commands Corner. Earlier on a pre-show we did on Facebook, which we're going to start doing like maybe once a month or so. Yeah. Just as a tie into this show. We awarded Bearded Care for a year to one of our group members. If that sounds good, someone you'd like to win, or you like beards, you should check us out on Facebook at Commands Corner. Join our group. Check us out.
And yes, he said beard products, beard care for a year. Rich L, who's a member of the group, obviously that's how you enter, is in the chat right now. He won from Artius Man beard care for a year. Cannot wait to hear about it, see some pictures and some updates on everything that's going on. So cool. We're going to announce the winner here in a second, but Weatherbeard said, this is awesome. The cabin we're staying at for the next few days has a massive flat screen, and that has YouTube connected to it. You're in high def on the big screen. Woo!
I hope that, yeah.
And if anybody doesn't know, I do pay extra for that top-notch HD. So if you see the little gear symbol that says HD on it, you can bump this boy all the way up to 1080. 720 is stock, but for the last probably 2 months, 3 months, we've been at the top-notch 1080. So go ahead and give that a look here. If this is you, is Mountain Air super piney? I don't know. I will be fully transparent as always, just like some of the trims tonight. I only wear Invigoration from Artius, man. If you guys go back to my original reviews, I talk about how I love the company. I love what they do, how they do it. I just didn't like their products. I only wear Invigoration.
When I think super pine, I think like a holiday Christmas scent. It's not that by any means. You do recognize the pine scent in the mix, but I wouldn't say it's overpowering like Fir Tree from Beard Octane, whereas like a great holiday scent.
Okay.
So it's not that piney, but you know it's there.
Okay. Bobby says it's minty. Thank you, Bobby. All right. Christopher, how do you say his last name? And this is what's the name in his
Uric.
Yes. All right. If I can get them to work. Yeah, Leo, thanks. I know it's new for us too. We don't even have the best advice on how to find them. We just kind of just go with it.
Well, that's the trial by error, and every time we'll try and get it out there a little bit better, put it places where people can find it easier. All
right, he is here. The beard, I just call him BE, but the bearded Uric has won. Congratulations. You don't have to do anything. We're going to put down your email. Again, just kind of be patient. Artius, man, it may take a few days, half a week, 3/4 of a week. Who knows? The mayor says if you have not received a contact from them by next week's show, reach out to one of us.
Absolutely.
And we'll get that going. And we do have another giveaway, guys. So stay tuned to the end. We're getting there. Got a few more entries. But we do have another giveaway to go through tonight.
It's late, but it's not over.
Ooh, yes. It's not even 10:30 yet, so we're good.
All right, this is Nick C. Update. Hey, Dan and Mayor, this is an update on my progress. I can't remember how long I've been growing it. I've lost count. Beard has started to grow fuller and longer since the last entry. I've been trying to do better with overall health to maintain and grow a nicer beard. I still have a long way to go, but as it's longer now, is there any general advice y'all can give me? Much appreciated, guys. I'm going to include before and after pics of my progress. The first pictures are my updateds.
Okay. And yes, Fado, the Poop Knife webinar is after the show. It's going to be kind of a TED Talk version.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yep.
When you're almost at Renaissance man level yourself.
Mm-hmm. And Code Red has been officially, but confirmed the greatest pop of all time. Mm-hmm. It's so good. So good.
It is.
You're just going a little slow tonight.
I just had a thought. I saved it up and I'm gonna crush it here the last stretch.
Awesome. Okay, I remember Nick. Yep. Okay. Which one are the before? This one over here.
So you've got the camo shirt is the before. So I kind of set it up by area.
Okay. So the camo shirt is the before. The black shirt is the after.
Yep.
All right. So last time, pretty much our advice was, you got a shot, you just got to let it grow. Right? You just got to let it grow. And then today, he is asking for, as it's grown out, how long, and I know it hasn't been that, I think he's thinking it's a really long time, but in the terms of beards, it's not that long of a time.
Maybe a couple months.
Yeah. I think at most a couple months.
And that's fine because they're still visible. You can still see the progress.
Oh, huge. The side beard's tougher to tell, I think, because of lighting and different things going on. When you check under here, the before compared to the after, massive difference. Massive difference. Now, advice-wise, I hate to go to this, and you guys know we've given advice all night long. I see, Mr. Grader, I don't have anything other than patience right now.
I just think it's good to have to kind of show how everybody's process is different. And you can see growth, but it's been, I think it was 2 or 3 months for Nick. Some guys might give up at that point, but he's a young guy. And I think, and there is noticeable difference. And sometimes it just takes a while.
Yeah.
Grow and grow and grow and chill. And and don't overthink it. Kind of for that process as you're getting.
Do you remember how old he is?
I thought 20s. I don't remember exactly.
Early 20s, I think. Yeah. He's 22. Yep. So exactly 22 there.
So this is like a great voice for the. I was saying earlier too. The other guy we were talking with earlier about frustration with growth and progress. Everybody that grows differently, and everybody has different style, and we all got our challenges with growing a beard. But Nick's killing it.
Yeah, and many guys would echo what Balake says here. He says, bro, you're young. Give it time. When I was in my early 20s, mine was the same way. So many people would say the kind of same thing where they would say, hey, my beard it just kept coming into its own. I do have a video. If you reach out to me, I can send you a link where I break down the science behind beards getting better into most people's 30s, 40s, and even 50s. And then it starts to cap off at that point, but it just continues to get going better. So yeah, I don't have any styling any updates. I don't have any trim. I don't think you touch it yet. I think you just keep going. Just honest sometimes.
And thanks for updating.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
This is Trent. Last October, I hit a year of growing my beard.
Cool.
In February, I did a trim and jumped on the year train. I didn't know there was a train.
I'm the conductor.
Last stop, Beard Town. I'm starting to think it's time for a little addition by subtraction. I wore this shirt so you could really see the transparency with my beard. What would you recommend for length? Also, my cheeks and sideburns don't grow very thick. Not sure if I take it down closer to the jawline to make it more thick or just let it keep growing.
Okay.
My goal is to let it grow as long as I can. I let it grow so he wants a long beard, as long as it can get. I might be able to be a part of the live chat, but I can't make it. Sure, I'll catch your advice later. Thanks for all the awesome content you guys produce. It helps a lot. Always stay bearded, stay positive. All right.
Absolutely.
So transparency of the beard. Okay. So it's a transparency question more or less.
Yeah, and he's being real specific. Should I go down and let it grow in? What do you think here?
All right. Awesome.
He's here. And Marv said, how old were you when your beard started coming in? I was 14. I actually remember because my dad threatened to kick me out of the house and told me not to come home if I didn't shave my beard. So, yeah, I was growing it out the summer entering my freshman year of high school. And he told me the New York Yankees can't have facial hair, neither can I. And you're like, man, your dad's a jerk. I was trying out for the varsity basketball team as a freshman, and I was a new kid. He didn't want anything like standing out in a bad way, anything to be like held against me. And for him, he came from like a private school.
His perspective.
Yep. He came from a private school. His dad was a professional athlete, Hall of Famer, world record holder, and was clean shaven. And he thought that's the way you did it. And so when I grew it out, I thought it was going to be cool. He made me, he didn't make me. He gave me the option. Don't come home or shave. I did shave, but I think that's part of the reason why my beard is so long now is because of my dad telling me to shave. So thanks, Pops.
And I don't think I ever even started shaving until about 20.
Interesting.
Yeah.
At all?
At all.
Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah, I just started
a little. Well, it's tough to say.
I was full out shaving. Started at like 13 when I started to have some different mustache and stuff. But I had a full out, straight up, like real deal chin strap moving into a beard at 14. Hey, Lisa. All right, Trent. Here we go. All right, and again, super gutsy where he says, hey, I'm going to put on a shirt that I know is going to make it look more transparent.
Going to bring up the transparency in the room.
Yeah. There we go. It is past 10, or it is 10:30 now.
Yes.
So perfect. Yeah.
I love the haircut, by the way.
Same here, man. Definitely a stylish dude. I feel like your eyes are looking into my soul right now. I'm a little bit intimidated.
Those are good eyes.
Yes.
Give him that.
Definitely. Trent, super simple here, man. This is the Squint Test 3000. Couldn't be any easier.
This is what they use on the demo models.
Yeah, don't touch anything here. This is right, dude, just right here. I think it's going to make your beard look much more proportional. I think it's going to look, I know for a fact it is going to make it look so much more full. It's just going to be more purposeful. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You already know this answer. That's why you put the shirt out there.
Votto's got a good take on it too.
Oh yeah, let's see what Mr. Votto. It does. He does.
I think that's what's
that hairstyle.
I think it's just as we use a couple cleanup trims and it gets longer. You could do a braid. You could do whatever you wanted.
The braid would be awesome. And as Logan said there, dude, this is a no-brainer because it's easy. just look up any video that I have.
Did you give him the line with the mouse? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep. Look up any trim video I had, and you are going to do the exact trim that I do from those videos. My last one will be perfect. Right here, my friend. This is your point. This is where you want to establish your baseline. So the way you find out where your line is you go a little bit higher up on each side. It's right here. And you're good to go. Wear this shirt. It won't be any easier.
Right.
And this one's nice because it is actually below your collar. I can see your collar up here. Your collar is going to be right along that line. I love having the beard below the collar, kind of covering that up. Slight little rounded edge. It is going to be so much better, dude. This is one of the easiest advices of all time.
And will make a huge difference.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
Massive difference. Massive difference. JPB, yeah, again, absolutely, man.
Textbook is the term. It's a textbook transparency term.
Yep.
TTT.
Yep. Tim, if you got anything else, man, let us know. But you knew what you were getting into here. I can tell that you get it dialed in. And let me peek back at this one more time. Cheeks and sideburns don't grow very thick. I don't know if I should go closer to the jawline. No, man, your cheek and sideburns are fine. Absolutely. Yeah. Trent, there is nothing wrong here. And I really mean that. Absolutely nothing wrong here. Great beard, little cleanup. Once again, it's natural. You're good, dude. You're good to go. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Trent. That's a super cool one, man. Great beard. Excited to see the follow-up.
All right, this is Derek. Hey, y'all. I was sending in because I have been having some issues with my beard. The issue I've been having recently is my beard feels dead or dry. Just been feeling the itch to shave and start over. It's only been about 7 months since I had shaved. I'm looking to go as big as I can. It seemed to tend to get a lot of split ends underneath, and that seems to slow down my progress. I recently went shorter on the neckline to avoid catching my shirt's neckline. Also, I don't want a whaler. Waiting on my mustache to come in. Okay. My goal style be a Banholz or a Garibaldi. Thanks for all the advice.
Okay. And I will say, Derek, I have never recommended a whaler in my entire existence, and I never will recommend a whaler. For anybody that doesn't know, that's just the absence of a mustache. That's growing your beard out and then shaving where the mustache would be. Quick things here. Molly says French braid your mohawk for the last one.
Yeah.
Woo! Watch out, everybody. That would be killer. French braid the mustache. You would straight up look like the lead character of Vikings. Straight up. All right, Ken, take care, man. And then welcome on in, James. Welcome. All right. Here we go. Here. Great stuff. See y'all next time. All right, Keith. All right. Let's see what Derek's got going on. Boom. Okay. Yeah, man, let the mustache come in. No worries on that at all. Nobody, I cannot imagine anybody being like, shave the mustache.
I know why you said the thing about like whaler. Because he's got great neck beard, neck growth, but he's got growth,
True.
Okay.
All right, what you got for me?
Really, truly, I can see what you're talking about with what you brought up the neckline. I would personally try to, rather than trimming it because it feels uncomfortable, push through it a little bit. Yeah. Because eventually you get over it and it doesn't, you don't notice it. I don't know if it's because it's longer hair and it just doesn't feel like it's catching all the time like it will. I totally remember that phase, but try to push through that and let that neck come in. I think down the road, if your goal is big beard, you're going to need these guys, everybody that's there. I see pretty strong growth on the sides. The mustache, like Dan said, it's just going to be time. Time and time.
Yep. I agree. I have nothing else to add to what Derek said there.
The dryness we didn't talk about.
Oh, Molly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Molly. You reminded us. There are some, hydration is big. We talk about having your water and drinking your water. That could help. Often, it was interesting to me that the mentality was dry beard. The only way I can absolutely make sure that it doesn't bother me is to get rid of it. And I think that's a huge step before trying anything else you can. We don't want to see that happen. Whether it's another application of oil later in the day, what kind of oil you're using. What are some of the things you can do for, like, you could do making sure you're conditioning as well as washing.
Yep. Not overdoing anything. Sometimes that leads to dryness. But I'm right here with Richmond. Patience and time on the mustache, and everything looks great. The advice the mayor said, don't trim anywhere near the neckline for the collar. Let's find different ways around it. Because I think the shape is great. The density is great. I wouldn't switch switch anything up there. I think it looks awesome, man. Anything else?
No. Thanks for sending in very much.
Okay. He says, I do switch between 2 and 4 companies throughout the week. I do take biotin. I usually drink. Okay. So you're doing good. Just keep riding it out, man. It could be, again, something that, do you have dry skin? There may be something there that we can adjust and tweak with. But you're doing fine.
And I wonder, too, if, like when we say the beard feels dry, it's really the skin that can actually feel, right? It's the skin talking to, like,
No, so beards do carry hydration.
Okay.
So your beard hairs, if we break it down, beard hairs are dead skin cells that are layering up on top of each other. They have a fiber that locks them in, but they do carry nutrients. They do carry hydration. That used to be a myth where people would say, oh, your hair's dead. There's nothing your hair can do. No, your hair can 100% transport hydration from the bottom down. It can also lock in hydration. So for me, let's say I don't do anything in my beard tomorrow, it will physically feel different and can feel completely dry as compared to a like well-nourished beard.
So okay. The way I should have asked that was, when you say feel, are you talking about against your face or when you touch it yourself?
Okay.
Physically?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because you're saying like your skin
has nerves in it.
You know that it's dry without actually touching it there. And I would say you can kind of feel your beard without touching it. I
agree.
Because if I'm, especially with my longer beard, I know when my beard, I know when my beard's dirty. I know when my beard when it's dry, it feels lighter, feels different. So I think there is a feel, not as much as skin. I think you're right on that one, spot on. That is an interesting thought. Are you talking about the skin underneath? Are you talking about, let's see if Derek updated here. Okay, here he is. I have really oily skin. That's why. Oh, interesting. All right, thanks for all the advice and tips. Yeah, and it could be just a seasonal thing, something that's going on. You kind of figure that out as you go through. So, yeah, good topic, good discussion to go over. Even though we don't have a ton of advice for you, you're doing well.
All right, this is Dylan. I'm right now through my first quarter of the year. I have been putting beard oil in every day, butter at night, and just started using Dan's routine in the shower using wash and co-wash. I think now may be the time to start with a beard straightener. Can the crew out there suggest a budget-friendly straightener? Also, any other suggestions of what I can or should do?
Okay. First off, budget-friendly straightener. One of the best budget-friendly options is going to be Vicacon on Amazon. They have very unbelievably fair prices, especially from time to time when they go on sale. Is it going to be the greatest battery of all time? Probably not. Is it going to have great customer service? No. But it's a good, solid device that I don't really hear complaints about. Your kind of mid-level range would be Aberlite. They do have great batteries. They do have good customer service, but you do pay a little bit more for that. But the only one that I've ever found that's budget-friendly and reliable and a good product is going to be Vicacon. There's some really bad ones out there. Do not, listen up anybody on here, do not ever get one of those heated brushes that looks like a flat, like a straight iron that's like blue or red or whatever the color is, and then just has like lines going across it. Have you seen those ones?
I think so.
I would have to pull up a picture. Those are terrible. There's one company like Acram or ARKAM, something like that. Stay away from those. Please stay away from those. And a lot of guys here, and again, I don't take these recommendations lightly. People are going to buy those when we say those things. Vado says mine was $25 and works great. The Vicacon Axe 2.0, that's one that I have. That one works well. Yes, I would stay away from the Beard Struggle. There have been awful reviews, awful feedback with their straighteners. And then, I think it's like Acram, something like that. Stay away from those ones as well. Vicacon's going to be a good option. They have several different styles as well. Okay, so we got that one. Now he says he's thinking maybe time for a beard straightener. All right. Any other suggestions? Just giving us kind of the open-endedness here for Dylan. And I think this is Dylan here. All right. Yeah, that is Dylan. All right. Stay away from that company, Dylan. Check out Vicacon. That can help out.
Yeah.
All right. So general advice, this looks like your length of beard.
Yeah.
Pretty dang close here.
Honestly, without heat.
Without heat, right.
I think you're absolutely right, Dylan. I think it is time. Make sure when you use, it's just we're looking to bring down a little of the bushiness. I don't think you have anywhere to lose hair. There's no trim advice at all. but styling is going to be your next step. And, you know, a little bit of I like a mist. If it's not out of the shower, I like a little oil. I wait 5 minutes. The reason being that oil helps protect your beard hairs, like the heat. It kind of protects it. It transfers the heat through. It gives you a little extra coating and protection so that your beard is able to be straightened most days. Like mine, you know, I use it almost every day unless I'm deliberately taking a day off from the heat. It's going to be night and day, buddy. It's just, you're just going to need to give it a little time. Practicing that routine.
The chat is blowing up right now. And there's like 10 messages of everybody saying Jack Black doppelganger. He's got Jack Black eyes, like down to a T. And I don't know if anybody's seen Jack Black recently. Great beard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Great beard. But I do see it. I do see the Jack Black lookalikes there. It's too funny. Yes, your beard is going to be great. Any additional advice? No. Get a beard straightener, get a heated brush, and then we can go from there and maybe adjust the technique that you work on in practice. But I think that's it. I think that's what's solving it. Everything the mayor said, oil, weight, then the heat. Dude, you're going to have a really dialed in, really purposeful beard. And I love the color. That is fantastic.
Yeah, then I think just a little bit of straightening will make that color even stand out better. You know,
he said hi to neighbor say that last week. So he said it's not Jack Black. It actually is. He just doesn't want to go with his name.
And that's okay, Jack.
Too funny. Can you sing for us? We'll invite you on. Tenacious D. Right?
Yes.
Throw that out there. That's too funny. Everybody's like, it's Jack Black. And it's even like the smile, like the side of that. Too funny. School of Rock, one of my favorite videos of all time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. Tenacious D, exactly.
Jack Black is like Chris Farley. That's the guy you always wish you like was a high school buddy of yours.
Yeah.
Because you know you have stories that you could tell your whole life because they push the limits. They're fun.
Yes.
But Jack Black, you know, maybe a little bit more subdued. That, you know, I love Jack Black stuff. I love Chris Farley, but that energy, the fun, you know, like crazy guy. I had a fraternity brother in college that was he was like in charge of me, and I was like the opposite of that. I was the shy guy, and he was like probably more Farley than Jack Black, and bringing me out of my shell. It was a crazy time, but love people like that our world needs, because that they're sometimes often the difference makers, the entertainers that we need to make life fun.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. I hadn't seen him since he started the beard.
All right. I'm gonna drop out of this real quick. Let me show you guys this. Tell me this is not Jack Black. This is kind of freaky. Once I put this in here, like the beard color and everything looks very, very Jack Black-esque. Kind of freaky. You guys will see here in just a second. I'm going to get this positioned up and looking right. It's not the best quality picture, but you'll at least get an idea here. This is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Because the color is pretty much spot on too. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have something to tell us here?
Wow.
The exact color of his beard.
His little brother. Like,
look at the black. Look at the black there. Can we take a second? Did Jack Black get it? Are we having something crazy? Because we've had some big celebrities that have been on this show before without even really knowing us. Famously on this show, we had the lead singer of Saliva. We've had the guitarist from Florida Georgia Line.
Fancy bearded.
We've had several people. That's weird.
Yeah. And hair's too different, but you know, that's
maybe you got a haircut.
Yeah.
Look at the color of the beard.
But yeah, and they both need heated brushes. You know, they both will benefit from
Jack
heated
Black.
brushes straight up.
Guys, let's get Jack Black on this show. This is where it's going to happen. And I do have to say, I do have a goal, a life goal right now. It's a long shot, but I do think there's a chance for it. Okay, I'm going to get out of this and speak directly to you guys. They are definitely related. That is true. Speak directly to you guys. No Shave November is a huge month for beards. Many beards get the excuse to start. It's also huge for men's health awareness, going to get your blood work, going to get your physical, get checked. Prostate cancer is where it started and is the big basis of it. I have a massive goal, right? Part selfishly, I can admit that. I have no problem saying that. But part really bringing awareness and helping out the beard community and getting guys checked. I would love to represent the beard community and get on Joe Rogan for No Shave November. He actually brings it up all the time. He grows his beard out in November and does not shave. He does like sober October, and then he has No Shave November where he doesn't shave it. Somehow, some way, we need to find somebody who knows somebody who once dated somebody that works with the Joe Rogan show. And I would love to be the beard ambassador. I would love to tell him about the history of No Shave November. I would love to tell him about he's a big history dude. He loves what goes on throughout time. I would love to tell him about the history of beard oil, how to use beard oil, the benefits of having a beard, how it's changed people's lives, like yours, like mine, like many of you out there that have shared unbelievable letters.
You got a whole show. You got many shows.
Yes.
And he's your kind of inspiration in a way.
I watch every
so
episode of Joe Rogan.
It's such a full circle thing.
Yes, I watch
I don't know how to make
every single episode. So I know that sending a lot of messages is a very good technique. So please, let's Twitter, Instagram, email. I've contacted, I've actually filled out the like questionnaire to be on the show. But what it's going to come down to is somehow connecting the dots, finding somebody who knows somebody that has a connection to the show. No Shave November, prostate cancer, men's health awareness. Imagine what could happen to the beard community if I was able to get on that show. Imagine what would happen for these small batch companies if I was to get on that show. Imagine what would happen to this platform, the opportunities, shows like this. Joe Rogan, Dancy Bearded, November.
It's a great content. It's a great show. Like
he would love that conversation.
You know,
he would love talking about the history.
If I was 3 years ago, didn't have a beard, didn't know anything about it, I would be astounded by some of the things that I've learned through this adventure.
Yes. If anybody knows how to get a hold of young Jamie, please do. He kind of does everything. Yeah, there it is. Young Jamie. Yep. Jamie does seem like he would read all of his DMs. That is so true. But that's my pitch, man. No Shave November. Who else? And I mean this. Who else would you want on that show? I'm going to be a little bit selfish right now, but I want to be that dude, right? We don't want Scuba burping on there and trying to be all super cool. I love you, Scuba. Just kidding. But I think it would be a massive, massive step for the beard community, for consumers, for companies, think about how many guys that do not have a beard, future beardsmen are out there that would listen to Joe Rogan and would hear about No Shave November, would hear about the beard community, and would be like, whoa, think about what that would do for the Facebook group. Think about what that would do for the other review channels. I mean, it could be huge. Hey, Betsy, welcome on in.
She's like, we're
yeah.
This is late, but she must have been packing because we're getting ready to do a vacation.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, she's got work tomorrow. But yeah, no, Joe Rogan has so much upside. It's crazy.
Yes.
And I think it's for him as well. I mean, it would be a super interesting thing to talk about, and the bridge into men's health.
Yes, and I mean that.
Our Facebook group, in my heart of hearts,
changing lives.
Guys, just like not having to like be super over, like say goofy, make a joke out of everything, but just being chill, just like hanging out like you used to hang out with your friends on the playground in school, but as adults inappropriate, and that changes, but like being on that level and being able to have the support of each other and having it be okay is really special too. And I think as we, for men growing up, this is a difference. My role in my family, I was just talking about this earlier, is so different than what my dad did.
Yeah.
So we're being put with these challenges. What are we doing to support ourselves, and what are we doing to be healthy? And I think there's just like a lot there.
Yeah. And there would be,
and it's overlooked a lot too, to be honest.
So many things to talk about. And I know he would love to get into the health side of it. Like, what makes a good beard? Well, essentially being healthy. And he'd be like, well, you can take this. He would go through, testosterone. He, on a recent episode, talked about DHT and beard growth.
Mm-hmm.
So this stuff, I know he would love it. I know he would find it interesting. Let's somehow, some way, I appreciate anybody that sends an email. I don't want to be like classless about it or go about it in a bad way, but I think it would help a lot of guys out there, even if it just got however many men to go to the doctor for the first time. Go get checked out.
You would bring it, it would say probably save one life, or at least, out there.
Think about that.
What is it? The butterfly. That's different. That's a movie, but like that effect.
Yeah. The ripple effect.
And people would watch it. years to come.
Yep.
And maybe it would change their lives and help
So
them.
Dylan says, I'm going to change my name to Tenacious Dilly. Yes. And again, thank you guys for all the messages that you're doing. Tenacious Dilly. I love it. All right. We're coming near the end, everybody. I think we have just a couple more, if not just one.
All right. This is Blake. I'm 7 months in. I have done quite a bit of transparency trimming due to certain areas growing quicker. So I wanted everything to be really full before putting on serious length. With that said, here are some pics of the look I'm wanting to go for. It seems like his beard is trimmed up on his cheeks and jaw. It looks like most of the depth is under his chin and jaws. Am I right? Also, I don't plan on trimming any more of the length until I get to that length. Any tips?
Okay. All right. And the truth, welcome on in. I don't know if you're new here, but he says, how do I help a French fork? First off, if you just search on YouTube, Dan C. Bearded French Fork, I have an entire video dedicated to that. But two main options for your French fork is style to hide it or trim below it so you don't have to worry about it. Styling to hide it, you want to kind of get everything kind of pinched inwards, get a little bit of heat towards the middle there, or you're going to trim above where that fork is. It usually is done by the natural growth pattern around the Adam's apple, and there's just nothing you can do about that. If you are, for whatever reason, trimming your neckline too high, just let that go, and that will help out. But oftentimes, it's just natural, and that's what you got to do. All right. Blake. Okay. And it's either this is the last one or we have one more here. So we have Blake right here, and then on the right is his goal picture. So this is where we're at, and then this is where he wants to be. Now let's take a look, and I love the layout there. Let's take a look at the underbeard, which he said he brought up in the description, and then take a look at the side beard here. Okay. And the truth says I don't trim the neckline. Then the truth, you're either going to have to embrace it, rock it. Again, try to style it or just trim above it. Even if it's high up, there's no real magic fix for a French fork.
If you trim up above a French fork, will it probably grow back eventually?
If he's not touching his neck, will the French fork grow back? Almost every single time, yes.
It is what it is.
He
said not going to give you a little bit more length before it forks out again.
No.
Okay.
He said, I don't trim my neck. I don't trim my neckline. That would be the only way where maybe it'd grow back in fuller is if he had been trimming his neckline. If you don't trim the neckline, it's going to do the same exact thing over and over again.
James's comment, I'm with him on that. He said, great. The side volume took me back when I saw that side picture. It looked totally different than front on.
So this definitely, so Matthew says he likes the beard better than the gold beard. This is a personal preference thing right now, right? So when he looks at this beard here, I do see where I could see some preference coming in. You notice the cheeks are much shorter and much slimmer on this beard style.
The gold has a pretty darn low line.
Yep.
And sometimes I feel like some of these pictures, they just did it. Some stylists just trimmed it that way, and it's not a real functional beard.
Yeah, but we could almost make his goal picture our moderator and good buddy Joel Hammond. Very similar style beards. It's very similar to yours, actually, just a little bit longer, I would say. Now, what over here he likes, I think, is that the beard, that side is giving a really rounded look. And I love it. I think a lot of people in the chat really like it. But I do think, Blake, let me see this comment because this is funny here. Blake, they let you have that beard and sell cars. Too funny. Yeah. Did he put something in the chat? Because he does have a car salesman shirt on. It's just cut out, which is too funny. So the easy answer, and I agree, everyone's saying great beard. It really is. But in my mind, if I'm him and he's telling me this is the goal, I'm assuming he's thinking that it's too puffy on the side. Because if you step back and you look and you do almost a squint test, it definitely is a very round beard.
And I think the picture exacerbates it.
Oh, she used to sell cars with him. No way. That's too funny, Molly. Yeah, I know the car brand that he had that's cropped right out of it. Too funny. And Blake, I think, was in here earlier. Blake, leave a comment. You have a super cool avatar picture.
I think that he's one of the rare guys that says it's a big smile. And I think that is only kind of serving to make it feel like it's more round than it is. But I'll let you finish.
Yeah, it's tough. So he said, I feel like it needs to be scuba. And I apologize. Somebody asked earlier, and I meant to answer it, but somehow got caught up in the moment. And the question was, I feel like an outsider. What is a scuba trim? A scuba trim is where you take your buzzers and you go down on the actual face of the beard. So normally I talk about trim from the bottom. Scuba trim would be taking the clippers and go and chopping down here, which this beard over here is absolutely a scuba trim. So Blake, here are my thoughts. Your beard is not long enough to be here yet. If you do a scuba trim right now, man,
could be bad.
I'm so conflicted on this one because I do see what you're saying. I would be lying if I did not understand why you wanted to go shorter on the sides here. Let me ask you this, Blake, and this is going to be super important for the question. What is your goal length? How do you want it to be this long? Do you want to go longer? Because if you want to go longer, you just need to give it a little bit of time. We'll be able to get some heat on it, and then it will lay down more like mine, right? Because my beard is not puffy. Mine does not go out, and my beard's clearly pretty long. But if your goal is not to go longer than the goal here,
this is a great example of I'm going to recommend grow past and come back, and it's going to be a chunk. I mean, I'm talking like December. We might be revisiting.
Yeah, if you can.
In the meantime, I get yourself a heated brush and start getting.
Yeah, do we know what he has?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So Blake, answer in the comment here as quickly as you can. What are you doing in terms of heat right now? Nothing. Heated brush or blow dryer? Because that was going to be my next question too. On the surface, I agree with the mayor. It does look like nothing at this point. Let us know there because that's going to be super important.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we haven't got one. Okay. In this picture, have you used a heated brush? Is this after styling?
Or after a hot day of work?
Or after slanging cars all day and getting a little bit sweaty and it's popping out a little bit? So
again, trimming in no way. This is our goal, trimming is a long way off as far as in any aspect of the beard. But if you've got puffiness, that's humidity of the summer. But getting that heated brush on those sides, and learning your technique with that and seeing what a difference that makes, while waiting for that length that we're talking about.
Yeah,
that would be my advice.
I agree. I was conflicted, but after hearing the mayor, after reading some of your comments out there, I'm pretty confident that a scuba trim is not going to help you get to your goal right now. You need to dial in the styling, and then I'll add on to something that the mayor normally gives advice on. Let's explore a firm hold product like a good beard wax, like a firm beard balm. Really practice the techniques of that heat and that styling, because I don't think his cheeks are longer than yours.
Mm-mm.
And it's going to just be a technique to get that to go down. And yeah, I agree, Leo, that the goal is definitely not 6 inches. That's a good 3-inch beard at most. So he's going to go past that.
And the reason being, when you're talking bottom lip to the longest hair from the bottom lip. That's your length. Yep,
exactly. The truth, it's actually scrolling down right below your comment right now. You're going to send your pictures, goals, problems to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. A couple of guys tagged you in the chat as well. So just look that. It's just scrolling down at the bottom right there. Okay. I'm currently using Beard Envy oil and balm. Okay. Oil, fantastic. Keep that up. We may want to look into a more firm balm. You may want to look into something like a 7 Potions wax that the mayor loves and recommends all the time. That could be something that could really help you out. But I do think there's going to be different techniques. There's going to be different styling. And like the mayor said, if at all possible, weather that storm and get through it. It's going to be worth it. You clearly have the genetics for it. You just don't have the length right now. What up, Paul? Hype Stark says it's way too short for any kind of trimming. You need 2 to 3 months, and then you can fade the sides. All right, so he's kind of on board exactly with what you said there.
Like Hype Stark's been telling me that it's too early to trim my whole beard life.
Yep.
And he was right, pretty much. But yeah, like from the first day that I started growing a beard.
What's that?
Hype Stark's been giving.
Telling
me to chill out. He called me Trimmerson.
He told you to like put it away. He was like threatening you over the Brio.
Just because,
I do remember that. So Blake, let's take a look at these other pictures here. Yeah, man, you've got great coverage, great
thick.
density.
Yeah.
Dude, you're going to be able to dial this in with heat. This is a beard screaming for more heat, more technique. And we've touched on this before, especially at beards at the length of Blake's and the length of the mare's. I think guys are scared and they're really worried about burning their beard off. You guys, if you're using that proper temperature range, don't go above 365, stay below that. You can straighten your beard. I mean,
and put oil in before.
Oil
is like your insurance on the overdoing the heat.
Yep. So
and the humidity will naturally undo anything you do pretty much within a day, usually.
Yeah. Nick, yep, I got it, my friend. Envy is a scent by Beard Octane. So
Gotcha.
I was, yep, absolutely knew he was going with Beard Octane there. But definitely straighten that beard, get some heat on it, get some hold to it, and above all, wait it out. I am no longer conflicted. I do not think a scuba trim will help you get to your goals. I think you will actually regret it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I think on the way, I think you're gonna I just my prediction is you're gonna grow such a nice thick beard that your goal is gonna change. It's gonna level up too.
I agree. I don't want it to be as
more. Yeah.
I agree. So keep us posted, Blake. Very cool. When in doubt, ask your friend Molly because she knows what she's talking about too.
Oh,
boom! This is the last slide of the night, everybody. This is our final giveaway here from Artius, man. I will put the link in the chat one more time, even though it's a pinned comment right now. I'm actually going to replace the pinned comment with the advice one where you guys can send in. And Mayor, while I do this one, go ahead and explain what the giveaway is one more time.
And before that, if you haven't liked, we're close to that 200 mark. We love it. What you're going to be...
What do you mean like?
Like, oh, well, here on YouTube, one of the ways that you can help us for free is to be active and engaged in it. And so you hit that little thumbs up button, and that shows YouTube that this is something that you enjoy watching.
Oh.
And that means they think maybe other people would enjoy watching.
Perfect.
So from Artius Man today, you're going to get an oil washing conditioner in either the Restoration or Mountain Air scents. And again, thank you, Artius Man, for sponsoring our Facebook group, Commands Corner, this month. Has been awesome. Love sharing those natural, essential oil only Artius products with everybody. And all the giveaways are fun too.
Yep. If you are here, that's the only way to win this giveaway. You need to be subscribed as well. Thank you, Sam. Thumbs up as well. You do need to be subscribed, so make sure you're able to comment and try to claim your victory as quickly as possible. We've been perfect so far, but if the person is not here within about a minute, we do need to re-roll to give another person a chance to win. So, Robert Auberge, are you here for the chance?
So what do you got going this? What's next on the for the family?
So we are Saturday. We have a massive family tradition where everybody from my mom's side of the family goes up north. There's Robert. Congrats, perfect. Robert. So the mayor's got fangs now too. Yep, he always has. They just needed a chance to grow in. Mm-hmm. The baby fangs are growing up. So we have this massive. There's gonna be like 60 people there. That's on Saturday. And then we are leaving to go up to Ludington, Michigan for 7 days of camping. So we'll be up north for 8 days. And pretty excited. While that is going on, we are getting our bathrooms, mainly the master bath, but also the boys' bathroom upstairs a little bit, flooring, toilet, fixtures, different things, completely remodeled.
I didn't realize it was happening that quickly.
It turned, they had a job cancel.
Oh my gosh.
It opened up.
Good for you.
Sam freaked out, and I said, no, we are doing it.
Jump.
They're going to do it while we're gone. So we don't have to worry about showering upstairs, about the cleanup, about...
I think you should completely plan on it being about 2/3 done when you get back.
Right, and that's what I told her. That's what I told her.
You got to just plan on that because that's...
I actually said today, I said, there's a chance that we will see a completed thing when we get back. I said, a chance. And she was like, okay, yeah. So that's our biggest thing. We're going to be camping. This will be the only time all summer where I have Commands Corner and Beard Advice live remotely. I don't know if I've only done, I think, a Commands Corner remotely once, and I was back for Beard Advice live. So this will be the first time and hopefully the last time where I'm remote for both of them because I like the security of being here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what about you guys? What do you? I know you got a vacation.
Yeah, we got kids have a big swimming thing coming up, and then
Friday. Is that Saturday?
Saturday.
Ooh.
Sunday morning. Our flight leaves at 6 a.m. for Dauphin Island, like Mobile, Alabama. We're drive down to Dauphin Island. We've done it maybe 5 times. Saying
Yes.
that, it's a family, sister-in-law's family's house, and we'll spend a week there. So I'm going to be doing this from Alabama next week.
So cool.
Remotely.
I wonder how far you are from the McKay family.
They are northern Alabama, I believe.
Okay, so very far.
Yes, about as far as it gets.
Alabama is like Georgia. When you're driving through it, it's huge.
Well, anytime I tell somebody I'm going to a vacation in Alabama, people are like, but if you look at the map, there's just a little part that touches the ocean, and that's where we go.
Too funny. All right, we have all the giveaway winners down. Again, guys, please give a little patience with Artius, man. But stay in touch if they're not getting back to you and reaching out. Hey, thank you, everybody, so much. Ludington Applebee's remote satellite remote. How late has Applebee's stay open? And do they have good Wi-Fi? Because, no, I'm just kidding. I probably wouldn't do that. But, hey, you never know. You never know what's going on. Super. Yep, absolutely. We usually stop back down to, it's only like 45 minutes from where I grew up before high school. So, Ronald, I'll probably be going there. I saw that you went to a beard barber in Montague. That's the rival, but I will be stopping over there. If anybody's over on that side of the state, let me know. I'll be there all next week, and hey, maybe meet up at the beach or something. You never know what's going on. All right, Dolphin Island hasn't washed away yet?
I believe that half of it, it got split in half after Katrina.
Literally?
Yeah. You can go out and there are houses, and so you can, the road, they reconnected it through it, but it's more like a state park kind of feel out there where there used to be houses, and you'll see the pillars. Wow. And every year there's a few more built up until the next hurricane comes and takes it down again.
What a wild life.
I mean, I can't imagine paying for insurance.
Wow. That's just mind-blowing to me. So mind-blowing. Okay. Oh, all right. I appreciate you guys. Huge encouragement for my first beard. That's super cool. Casey, thank you.
That's why we're here.
We know I don't see your name much commenting, so saying something like that means a lot. Thank you so much. Everybody, appreciate you. Great show. Awesome giveaways. Great advice. Please send in. If you're on the border and you're like, I don't know, we need content. We need people to help out, and you guys make the show. It takes a lot of guts, whether it's an update, whether it's getting advice for the first time. I know that's not easy. That would not be a fun thing to do for some people, but it can help out your beard journey. And bigger than that, it can help a lot more people than just yourself.
True.
All right. Any last thing, man?
Just keep it growing, guys. This is fun. As always, I thank you for letting me be here and be a part of this. It makes my day, my week very often.
Yep. All right. I'm going to hit